Tina. I kind of forgot exactly what I told you I was going to show you and upload, but this may be a little bit clearer than through our Zoom meeting. We had talked some about A minor, and I kind of wanted to explain that a little bit further. So if we start on the G string, we have the note A right here. So A minor is three notes. It's A, C, and E, or the word ace, right? I think we might have maybe went over this once before all this craziness hit. But what we can do is we can, we can't really play A, C, and E. We can't play all three of those notes at the same time because two of them are on the same string. We can play this A here and an E here, right? We can also play a C here. So really, we were talking about this shape earlier that you found in the book, which I like that shape. It's a good chord shape. You can also make it major by adding that finger in there, which is kind of cool. So there's A minor, there's A major. But you don't necessarily have to do the whole thing. If you want to, you can just leave out the E string entirely. You can just play G string, D string, and then fret right above it. So 2, 2, 3. That's technically A minor as well. The one that I was showing you, so that's A, E, C. You could even actually do open E, but that's kind of tricky on the hand. The one I was showing you kept this E, and then I put a C on the bottom, E, A, and E. So you can kind of hear those are just different inversions of the same chord, right? So there's, those are probably the only options, maybe not the only options, but those are the most feasible options. Let's see, there's another kind of a weird option there, a lot more stretched out, but I think the thing just to remember is, okay, can I find, what chord do I want to work on? Or what chord do I want to learn, or to even teach myself? And what are those notes in the chord? So if it's a D chord, it's a D, an F sharp, and an A, right? If it's a G chord, it's a G, a B, and a D. If it's an A chord, A, C sharp, E, right? So what are those notes, and where can I find them on the fretboard with a different note being on each string? You may find some really crazy ways to play some of these, or you may find some really simple ways. But I encourage you to kind of just explore that and figure out, okay, I will say one thing that is nice about this shape. I talked about it being kind of nice. It looks, from this angle, it looks really painful, but it's actually not if you get it right. I've just kind of got my thumb flat on the side here. I've got a neck that kind of comes to a V shape, which is what mandolins have traditionally been crafted with. So that's almost flat right there on that side rather than it being completely rounded. But then I can lay this finger down, cover both of those notes, play the C and then the A. One thing that's nice about that shape is it's movable. So if this is A minor, if I go up 2 frets, that's B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, D minor, E flat minor, whatever, right? So that's one thing that's nice about a shape that covers all 4 of your strings, because all you have to do is move the whole shape and you get the same type of chord just in a different place. So that's always fun. That's why I think a lot of times you see bluegrassers, when instead of playing a G chord like this, they play a G chord like this, because then you can just move it, right, and you get those different chords. So let me know if you have any questions. I think you're doing great, by the way. I know sometimes going through Zoom is a little tricky when we're talking and figuring all of that out. So it's definitely a learning curve for everybody, but I feel like everyone's handling it pretty well, and everyone's making progress. I think that's the main thing, is to make sure that we continue to move forward. So I hope your return to work goes well, and I will see you again next week.